Hello, I'm Kevin Tame, and welcome to the Hacktivist. Today I will be streaming, and we'll be streaming Argus Modernism with my special guests, Russell or Tolaasin. And yeah, I'm really excited to have you on, Russell. So go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah, hi Kevin. So thank you for having me on. It's yeah, pleasure to be here. You and I have talked many times over the months about decks and Netrunner and strategies and planning and things like that. So it's good to have a chance to hook up finally at last.
Yeah. So the deck we are playing here is Argus. Um, so can you tell me a little bit about like what the overall strategy is in playing Argus, especially in these like modernism builds?
Yeah, sure. So I hadn't really played much Wayland at all, or even Argus, until the King of Servers event that I went to in New York earlier in the year. And Kenny Deakins, gave me a build based on somebody else's build, and I've really enjoyed playing it ever since. I've got a lot of games in with it, and it's interesting because the fundamental. The deck is trying to do two things. It's trying to score out, like most decks do, but it's also really good at creating forks. So if the runner doesn't run, you score. If the runner does run, then that puts them in a position where you can hit them with hard-hitting news, or just get them low enough on credits that you can jam something else behind that. And so it's fundamentally trying to tax the runner out in the remote and not give them enough time to, if you can rush as well, so trying to not give them enough time to be able to create enough of their own board state. So I played a version of this deck at the Belgium National Championships a couple of weeks ago and made the cut with it. So I'm really enjoying playing it.
How does this deck lose?
So smoke builds are good when they can get misdirection down. So it's really hard to land tags against stealth builds, smoke builds especially. You have reversed accounts in there for that, so you can actually bleed all the credits off Net Merker with reversed accounts and get them down really low. So it loses to that. Loses to early indexings can hurt you as well. But my experience is. You have solid matchups against most runners if you can, get the draw that you need.
Okay, well, let's jump right in here and get a match going. Just give me a second. Okay, let's create a game. We are the corp. We don't mind spectators. It's fine.
So it's just the main difference between this and the decks I played earlier in the year. And there are a few variants of this kind of modernism style of deck, is that Surveyor is the restricted card as opposed to Global Food Initiative. So
it feels like, I feel like, I mean, I love Global Food. If like, so Survey is definitely better.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of a while to set up, but yeah, for sure. So
this is Geist.
Yeah, so Geist is going to be really hard to kill, but they're not going to like tags at all. I kind of don't like this opening hand. What we're looking for is either Oaktown or Rashida to help us draw into stuff. They're not going to run early, so that doesn't feel like a good.
This is a good starting hand.
That's way better. So I don't think Geist is going to run early, right? So let's see what we get off the mandatory draw. So it's likely to be a spy camera build.
So the question here is, do I try and rush out this Atlas and get a counter?
I think you're better off. I would put
play more conservative and get Rashida down.
I would put Surveyor on the remote, Rashida behind. Well, let's draw for a card. Let's draw for a card first of all. So draw a card.
Ugh.
Okay, well, put the Surveyor out and put the Rashida behind it.
We're going to draw a lot more cards, too.
Yeah, but this is the way of August. Yeah, put the Rashida behind it.
So I'm going to do a settings change here because I have my game, all my audio. I like the lobby sounds, but I don't like the game sounds. So give me just a second. There we go.
And that wasn't a great mulligan. Let's see what they're doing. I mean, we're hoping that Rashida will draw us ice
Uh-huh.
and something else to put in front of the surveyor. They're still not going to run early. They can't handle harder than you. So, okay, that's bold.
It is a bold move.
Okay.
Oof.
What are they going to do? Take meat or tags?
Probably take meat, right? Oh, wow.
I would take meters. They're going to be very poor if they clear that. Okay. So you can res the Rashida, see if they want a political operative it.
Okay.
Okay, start the turn. Okay. So I would put the Mausolus on R&D, and I'd say, and again, I would take the risk here. I would put the Rashida behind. We still don't have enough money, right? So I would put the Rashida behind the Surveyor.
Yeah, because they're not going to run, right? So, like, do I draw? Am I drawing this turn?
Yeah, let's draw a card to start with, like the professionals that we are. Okay, I would put the Mausolus on R&D.
So what is the Mausolus used for? Just, like, who does it tax out the best?
It's good against all Annex because it's just the number of subs, and its strength means that it's really painful for Black Orchestra to break.
Yeah.
So that's not great. Against Criminal, it's all right. We probably lose right here.
Oh my goodness.
But if we draw into a harder thing use, yeah, we could just lose.
They missed though.
They've got on the land, so they missed. Yeah, but this is fine. All right, so this is good. So let's fire the Rashida.
That's so funny.
Fire, that's it. Okay, what do we?
Hard-hitting news would be great, right?
It would be. But I don't think they're going to run HQ again. So I think you put. I'll go ice. I think we still need to get money up, right? So I would put Oaktown on the remote.
So Oaktown in the remote.
Oaktown in the remote. Ice wall in front of it. And advance the Oaktown.
Gotcha. Oaktown's great for this tempo, right? It kind of just keeps you going.
Sure. So on the lamb shuts down the hard-hitting news play. So I think we've kind of got to rush them a little bit here. Okay. Yeah. So let's score that. Well, let's think about whether we want to score it. Or do we want to shore something else up?
So we got Ice Wall and Surveyor. We could protect HQ.
Yeah, let's put the Hortum on HQ.
Yeah, I like that.
So next turn we can advance the Oaktown, score the Oaktown.
Do you have a... What's this? So they can break one.
Yeah, they can break one.
So is it worth it to res?
I think you'd do that, right? They're going to have to fire it. They'll give us one. They're going to give us one if they use the grappling hook.
So I'm assuming we gain one. Let me actually move this here a little bit. They are going aggressive. Whew.
Yep. Okay. All right. So this is fine. This is good. So let's score the Oaktown.
Yeah. So we're gonna advance this and score it.
Yeah. And I would put the Atlas in, and so let's do this.
So unlikely they're gonna
need 2 breakers and a lot more money than they've got right now. They've got 1 link.
So I feel like rushing this Atlas is good.
It is, but in terms of money, right? So I think you could put it in. So you could put the Atlas in, but I would take. I wouldn't. But we want to get a counter on it, right? So I would put. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. That's fine. We're going to need just leave it in there without it, right? That's fine. So they're either going to take a lot of tags.
Well, they're going to be able to get through this and steal it.
They are, but they're not going to be able to break the tag. They're not going to be able to break the other. They're going to take 2 tags, so they're going to have to fire the. So I would still res that.
So they just broke the last sub.
So trace that. I would boost by 2.
You think
Because
so?
because we've got the NGO front.
So if we can get them to, if we can get the tags to land.
They'll use the off campus, right?
Oh, the on the lam, they use that.
It doesn't. So that's fine.
Void 3 tags prevent. Oh, okay.
But now the on land's gone, right? So
Yep.
That's fine.
But they have 6 points.
Sure, this is the way it works. Okay, let's install advance the NGO. Obvious NGO is NGO. The other thing we could have done there is play the Econ Warfare, but I think we'll get money back. And the challenge is now that the Raven does nothing, so if they think it's an agenda, they can just come through for that. Okay. So yeah, res that, and then score it. All right, get the money, and I put that in and then advance it. That's good.
Once?
No, they'll go twice. We don't want them to have any money at all.
They are going pretty aggressive.
They're going to take a look. Okay, so they've seen an agenda, so they win here. So it goes. You may as well res it. So they had all the tech that they needed, and we had a terrible opener.
Yeah. Well, I mean, seeing those other agendas, that was brutal.
Sure.
Game.
Put it down to experience and move on to the next one.
Thanks for the game. I mean, that happens.
So Geist is an interesting one because especially since they can get linked down, right? So they're often going to have sports hoppers and forges and things like that. So that's not the easiest matchup.
That's just like going to happen.
It is. And Geist makes money on the way, so they ended their runs with more money than they had at the beginning. So.
Seeing the 2 tech traders is really good for them. Let's go play here in competitive.
Yeah. Yep. So I think I played Mitochondrion earlier in the week. I can't remember what they're on.
If they're playing.
Yeah. Probably. They may have been waiting for a while and then lost track of whether there's anybody there.
Let's give him a second. Nope. Let's go back to here. Create a game.
Lots of people wanting to play Corp.
I don't know what I prefer right now. I feel like Runner is maybe stronger.
Yeah, I think so. There are a couple of. There's a good NEH deck that has been going around, which is sort of more of an asset spammy deck, which a lot of decks find hard to challenge right now. So, people aren't playing tech for asset spam. Laurie Porter did well with it at the Belgian National Championships, and it came third with it. It loses to Freedom with 2 imps and Friday Chip, and it loses to Apocalypse.
I do love some spam.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's really hard to play against. And when I have played against it, it's not an easy matchup by any means. Come on, it's lunchtime in America. Okay, this is interesting. So I played Herbert Klopstock at Worlds. Okay, he's on 419.
So I actually like the starting hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it fine or could it be better?
You've got an agenda, right? So, what's your opening turn going to be with this? That's the question, right? So, if you keep this hand, what's your opening turn going to be?
I would probably rush out. I would do hedge fund, one of the ice, and then the atlas. But I don't get a counter. I kind of want the counter.
So, it's criminal. So, diversion of funds and embezzle of things, right? So, probably you're going to need to put the Mausolus on HQ, put the surveyor in the remote, and play hedge fund.
So ice baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is good though too.
That's also good, but I think you still need the money, right? So you can put the Rashida in the remote next turn.
Yeah. So let's go HQ.
You can show them that. That's.
Prevent this? No.
They've got no. Just let them know what it is. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And then I think next turn we can put the Rashida in, or it'd be even better if we get another ice. Okay. So there. Okay.
So I give them a.
We've got Rashida, right? So
I think I res this.
I think you res it. They know what it is. We'll get one credit off it, and then we can also put NGO in the remote if we want to. So hit them and then give them a tag.
I think that's fine.
Could be there on the APOC. If they're on APOC, that is hard. Okay, fine. So
I can't res this survey, so they can deal with it.
Yeah.
So maybe I go with the NGO, but I don't have enough to advance it. Ugh.
No. You could put the Rashida in the remote and take 2 credits, right? Just see what they're going to do. Just let them see what it is.
Yeah, of course.
And then take 2 credits, and the next turn we can put the NGO in. That's it. They'll come for it, I'm sure. Probably want to res it so they can't use falsify credentials.
Of course.
That's fine. What we're looking to do against them is land tags if we can. So if we can land a hard-hitting news, we're in better shape. Okay, so I would just put the obvious NGO in the remote. Let them see it, that's fine. Yeah, and then just take the money. Actually, don't take the money. Res it so they can't use falsified. Yeah. So next turn, I think you maybe could put the Raven in front of the Surveyor. That's a pretty good remote for the moment.
So bankroll. This seems like an APOC build.
I think it probably is. Yeah, there's Dean Lister there, so score that. So take the NGO money. That's it. Score that out.
That's good. Feels good.
So getting down Raven is not bad, not terrible, because on the 8-pack one, that means that you guarantee that they end tagged if they do that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So what I would do is I would put
Raven on R&D.
Well, how we're going to challenge the win, right? So what if you put Raven on the remote, install the Atlas and advance it, he won't run. I doubt he'll either try and land APOC this turn, right? Or he's going to let that go. I don't think he'll run through the Raven and end tags, right? So I would put Raven on the remote, install Atlas, just let him know what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of actually good to let him know that it's there.
Yeah.
He's gonna want APOC to fire, I think, this turn.
Yep. Well, he's got to get. He may lose it to the Mausolus, so
He just inside jobs it if he can.
Yep.
we go.
There you go.
And he steals an agenda. Taking 2 meat or a tag, it's up to him.
Mm-hmm. If he takes the meat, might lose the epoch.
This is a fork.
It is a fork. Yeah. And it's going to be hard because he's going to steal the agenda that's in there and there as well. So I think so I wouldn't have drawn on there. I would have put the Hortum on the remote, install the Atlas and advance it.
Oh my goodness!
Otherwise, no, we don't want to be drawing there. We should have just, yeah.
Prevent.
No.
No. Well, I'm seeing all my agendas.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have drawn. Right.
I'm drawing. This is where I probably am messing up, right?
I wouldn't be draw. So I wouldn't be draw. Yeah, you can put the Mausolus on the remote, or you can put the Mausolus. I mean, we know the game is lost, right? Essentially, you can put Mausolus on the remote, put Prysic in it, create the remote, right? Just create the remote.
Prevent.
No.
No, and then put I can't do anything.
You put the Rashida in with the Prysic. And let them see the Prysic, but don't let them see the Rashida. Okay, go on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And this deck has no way to handle agenda flood. So let them see that. So that's fine. They can see that. So don't prevent it. We can't afford to prevent it. And I would put the Rashida on top of it. And then I would res the Prysic.
And a lot of agendas.
Yep. Getting quite it.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. The question is, how do we get out of this?
Fire the Rashida with difficulty, I think, is a straight answer. All right, so this, okay, so.
Can we land the hard-hitting news?
Well, they can clear it. So you can, Econ Warfare gets them down to 9, so they'll probably clear from there. So if you're going to do that, you want to put like, you could put the Atlas, you'd have to put the Atlas in the remote.
Do I want to put down this Raven on somewhere?
Yeah, you do, but the question is, where do you want to put it, right? So I think if you put the Raven...
I think my opponent apocs me if I put anything in this remote.
Yeah, so put Raven on R&D. That's not the best place for it. So put Raven on R&D and let them see what it is.
No.
Yeah, maybe don't let them see that one. And then I think...
Oh, don't let them see it.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
I mean, I'm going to lose this game if I just don't go for it, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they'll run that because they know they can get through the Mausolus. They can just break the Mausolus.
Do they know the Mausolus?
Yeah, they know the Mausolus. So what you want to be doing is putting an Atlas in the remote in the same turn as you put the hard-hitting news down, so they can't do both.
But I can't really hard-hitting news them.
No, you need to play the Econ Warfare as well. Yeah.
It was a tough spot.
Yeah. Well, it was so horribly flooded, and there's an agenda in the bin as well.
I'm just going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't even know what to do here
Play the Econ Warfare
for value.
for value. Well, it's 4 credits they lose anyway, right? So Herbert Klopstock. There you go. Right, so he knows what that is. So he knows that we can break that. So that's.
I res this.
You're going to lose 5 if you. I don't think it makes much difference. So I think you lose anyway this turn. He loses 2, getting into. He's going to lose a credit. We're going to lose 3, so that's fine.
I'm not resing.
No.
You can break both. I probably just lose here.
You do. I mean, purging is no hand. Purging is, yeah. So just run the bin. Come on, Paul, run the bin. Just run the bin. Put us out of our misery.
He didn't.
All right. Let's see what we get. Okay.
Score?
You can do. Sure. Why not? It gets us on the board, but
Puts us in a tough spot.
it does. You can drain a little bit of their money, like Moore's List drains for 3 credits, but they just, there you go. So there's the win.
Good game.
Yeah, I just tell Paul we were just really flooded. 2 more in hand.
Thanks for the game. Okay, let's see if we can get this other one to work.
Find a deck where we can actually make the deck. Find a game, an opponent where we can actually make the deck work.
Okay, we got some runners now.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, we have a better chance of running this. So we lose this with Embezzle. Of course, they could be running a tagless laser build. Some people have been trying those recently.
Should I keep the high profile target?
I don't know. Let's see this. You've got no money in the hand.
I'm mulliganing.
The ice is expense linked. That's fine.
It's not much better. This is so Ronnie. This is just Russell and I playing together, but Russell is definitely coaching me.
Yeah, I don't think we have any great evidence of that so far. So I think you put IP block on HQ, Morseless on R&D, and take a credit.
Just
yeah,
sure up here.
Yeah. So they are floating tags, right? So if we can just protect the high-profile target, then all right, maybe they're not. No, they're not. Okay, that's fine.
No one home.
They're on tagless, Lisa. Okay.
Hard-hitting news them.
I would take credits and hard-hitting news, and then they'll fire the no one home, and then it's gone, right?
So I need to get to Shiva Link. No. So 5. I need to basically pay 5.
Yep.
Pay 1 to make it
2. Pay 2.
Pay 2. Yep.
So that's fine. It's gone. Right. So they'll probably install Dorm Computer at some stage. So now they're going to struggle to run until they can get tank protection down. All right. So it's that kind of build. Credit hedge.
Yep. That feels good.
So if they start installing power taps and what's it called? Power taps and
that can be a real problem.
Power taps and rabbit holes. Yeah, put that on the remote.
Do I go with the Oaktown? I feel like I want to.
Sure, go for it. we've got no bad pub yet, so they've got no breakers. Right, so that gives them tax. So they can only clear one. So they're going to have to remove one manually. I wouldn't raise that.
And they're going to get tags here, or they're going to either take meat or...
Take meat or tags. Yeah.
Perfect. Economic warfare, hard-hitting news?
Yep.
Do I install the Atlas?
Yep.
So I install Atlas.
Yeah.
I economic warfare, I hard-hitting news.
Yep. That's it. So they can clear... I don't think they can clear one and then Citadel.
We kill them here if they don't do anything about this high-profile target.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Good game.
Yeah.
Oh, and they left.
They left.
That's fine.
That's the Argus way. I mean, Argus you can pull wins out of pretty dodgy situations if you can just get those tags to stick. So
yeah. I mean, that was like a perfect series of events, right? Hard-hitting news and economic warfare.
Yeah, and I think at Belgian national championships, my opening hand in my round one game was 2 econ warfare, hard-hitting news, high-profile target, and hedge fund or something. I mean, it was ridiculous. I think I won on turn 3.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's a higher variance deck than a deck like MT, where you're building up slowly over time. With MT, Argus is more dependent on what you draw early. You are vulnerable. It's more of a rush deck than it is, certainly not a glacier deck.
Yeah.
If games go long, you're probably going to lose. But the matchup against Anak is not bad.
I always feel pretty. So I play a lot of Max, and I always feel pretty good playing as Max against Argus.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, I feel like I have a lot of. I play the patchwork build, so I have a lot of money, and then I'm usually okay taking the damage because I just want to get rid of stuff anyways.
Yeah, and I think Max is an advantage where that's concerned. But the downside of being Anak is that your breakers are terribly expensive.
Yes.
So if you don't have Ice Carver, then breaking Data Raven is going to cost you 6 credits plus the MK install plus
it's bad.
Clear tag, and then you run into Mausolus and it's going to cost you 9 credits. Another 419 deck.
This hand is...
So you're going to have to put Horta on HQ, I think.
Do I keep this?
I don't think I would keep that. I would.
It could be worse, though. That's the thing.
I guess, but... You want Atlas. The 2 armed intimidations aren't great. We've got nothing to defend them with. I mean, you can draw... Okay, that's... Okay. I would just... Yeah. We're going to get doffed if we don't put something on HQ. So I would put that on HQ. Put the Prysic on HQ.
They don't access with the...
No, not with Doff, but again, if they run through at some point. So Prysic's not bad.
Do I prevent this?
No, you can't afford to. And then put the Prysic on HQ and take a credit.
Okay.
Again, we're pretty flooded. What we'd really like here would be something like Ice Wall.
But I can score this hostile takeover next turn.
Score a hostile next turn, yeah. Oh boy.
Holy cow. These have been crazy matches this way.
Yeah.
But that does make them pretty poor taking the tag.
Yep. So I think people are too aggressive against Argus because they've got to know that hard-hitting news and econ warfare are a thing. So going down to 3 credits, turn 1, just as a recipe for death.
Yeah, just go aggro, I guess.
Again. All right. Is that consulting with it, or is that Audacity? I can't see.
So this is Audacity.
Okay. power tap. Okay, so yeah, score the hostile. So it won't be a APOC build if they're on power tap. I guess that's one thing.
No, yeah.
But they will be very foolish to run now.
Corporate grant, so I lose a credit when they install something.
First time they install a card a turn, you lose a credit. Okay, give us ice. Okay, that's perfect.
Do I?
I would ice wall, Oaktown advance.
No. Maybe I did want to prevent that. I don't know.
I would have probably prevented it. I mean, if they got special, well,
they're so poor.
They're so poor, right?
Like if they run, hopefully we draw into hard-hitting news.
Yeah, that's what your Rashida's for. Okay, so there's their second link. Oh, this is very brave.
It's brave. It is brave.
So score that. So now we've got the makings of a pretty decent remote there, because Raven in front of Ice Wall. Grant's gone. So next turn you can put the Raven in front, put the armed intimidation in and advance.
I think my opponent's just trying to sneak something out here.
We're ripping off singles. I guess they see what we're drawing.
I feel like getting set up a little bit would be better, so I probably want to hard-hitting news them here.
We can't hard-hitting news them because we don't have it. Oh, you can consult and visit. Sure, if you got the window. So I would you could put armed intimidation in the remote, right? Advance it, and
I don't have enough clicks.
It's a double. Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to set up putting the Raven down.
Yeah.
Well, I can always audacity out the armed intimidation if I need to. But I think I'm going to kill him, to be honest.
If you put the armed intimidation in the remote and then consulting visit for hard-hitting news, and then if you need to, you can advance, and audacity out the armed intimidation next turn, depending on what we draw. So I would pay to let them not see that. Yeah. And then consulting visit for hard-hitting.
Hard-hitting news. They're at 2 link, 3 credits. I need to go up 2.
Yep. Oh no, they get 1 off the power tap.
Oh, but they take it.
Okay.
I'm glad they forgot about that too.
Unfortunately, yeah, JNet doesn't cope with that. Right, so they know what that is. Okay, fine. But they die if they don't clear.
They're going to die.
Yeah. And they can't clear anyway.
I think what they wanted there was to get some money and then clear 3.
Yeah, you could do that. So I think my line against Argus decks is to get up to 12 credits relatively soon, right? If you can't get up to 12 credits, you're just so open to hard hitting, and if you're not on a shaper build, then it becomes really hard.
I guess a nice thing bringing this to a tournament is your games go quick, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I haven't been to time in any tournament where I had this deck. Yeah, you win fast or lose fast.
Yeah, with empty, like it was those are like long games.
Slogfests.
Yeah. I played one Gagarin deck at Worlds, and that was a slog. It took us like I mean, I went through, so I only have one levy, and I went through max twice and just like kept clicking and clicking for credits and trying to slow things down. Just keep trashing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, Argus is all about tempo, I think.
Max.
Okay, let's see how we do against Max then. All right. I would keep that, I think.
Because the hostile.
You've got the hostile, and then you can start thinking about Horton, Surveyor, and then Armed Intimidation behind it.
So do I just score this out?
Yep, totally. And again, is that Consulting Visit, or is that Audacity on the left?
It's Audacity.
Okay.
I can zoom in here a little bit because I don't need a lot of space.
No, we're not going to be making huge remotes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I would just score the hostile.
Cool as ice right now. We don't have any agendas. Cool as ice.
No, none at all. Come on in. The water's fine.
So
if they don't have Black Orchestra, you could just install the Horton, install the Armed Intimidation, advance it.
I mean, Max is going fast, so we got to go fast too, right?
Yeah. How well we do here depends on what they flop, right? So with no Black Orchestra, that's only going to cost us 3 to res, not 4.
I'll go down 3 credits.
Okay, so they got money. Yeah, I'd score that. That's fine. They're going to have to take the tags, so they're going to clear them next time.
But that's easy for them to do.
Yep. Again, it's tempo. It's tempo that they're not drawing. It's tempo that they're not setting up. Okay, so now Black Orchestra's in the bin. Okay, so what do you think you do next?
So for me, I kind of want to... So R&D, I lose an R&D, I think, right now.
If they get, yeah, well, there's no turning wheel, there's no indexing yet, but sure, that's a possibility. But you're on 3 points.
I do want a hedge fund. Putting the Armed Intimidation also feels good, but they can get in easily.
So if you hedge, right, Surveyor on the remote and install Armed Intimidation.
That's pretty good. Server 2.
Yeah.
Because this way I can always Audacity it out.
Yeah, so they need MK and they need to install it, and MK is strength 4, so they're going to need to pay 6, 8 for Surveyor.
They trashed DDoS. They got DDoS on here. Ooh.
And Divide and Conquer. So if you don't draw anything better, you could score that now. That gets you up to 5 points. Or you leave it, right? If you don't score it, they might think, oh, it's price sec or it's something else, right? Okay.
They don't have MK.
I think you res that. It's a pretty big chunk of change, right? It's going to cost 7.
Okay, and then
so it's an interesting one. I'm not sure about the no res on the Horton. If you res it, they're going to install and break it, and you're going to have no money for the NGO. So I'm kind of tempted not to res the Horton at this stage.
Can always Audacity the NGO.
Yeah, that's true.
So they do have indexing.
Okay, what's that? Is that?
It's freedom through equality.
Oh, man. Okay, I think you install advance the Horton.
You mean the NGO?
The NGO, not I mean, yeah, the NGO, yeah. So just put that in there.
Obvious NGO?
Obvious NGO is NGO.
Maybe. No, it's NGO. It's clearly NGO. They're going to index here and try and find some agendas. That's their plan.
Yep.
And then use the freedom through equality. Is this an APOC build? No. I don't think so.
Yes. So, I mean, we're never going to have enough money to put the surveyor on.
I mean, we could get lucky here. Sometimes a nice whiff on R&D.
We know where 4 of them are.
Oh, so there's nothing there.
No, so they've found another one. Okay, well, that gets not to 5. So we know that likely there's nothing coming through, right? Yeah, so res that, right? I think you res that, you put surveyor on R&D maybe, and then receiver in the remote. Yeah.
This gives them some breathing room.
Mm-hmm. They got a lot of money.
So how many Audacity are in here?
Just 1.
Is there any like preemptives or anything to get stuff back?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. Right, that's fine. Server 2. Well, they know that we've drawn this stuff, right?
They do.
Yeah, why don't you draw first rather than put the Rashida in? So, all right. Okay. So I think they know. I'm not sure they know about the hard hitting news.
They don't. I don't think. They're trying to close it out here, though.
Yep.
Which is smart.
Which they might do.
Highly likely, actually.
Yep. 5 agendas in 33 cards, so there's a good chance they get that here. There you go. Oh, okay.
That's kind of a... Maybe they see a hostile and something else. Oh, they just don't want to pay for it.
They're being clever about it. That's neat. Okay, I've got time for one more, Kevin, then I probably need to head out.
Okay, let's play one more.
Let's not do the new player core only. That would be a little bit unfair. Mitochondrian's still waiting. I'm not sure. They might. Okay. Okay. They've selected a deck. Are they going to start? Okay, we're good. All right, Kit.
I like too big to fail.
Yeah, I don't want to play it early though. I'm not sure about that. I would. Yeah. No money. That's way better.
Yep. This feels good.
Okay. So what do you think? What's your first turn?
For me, I would go with Rashida.
Sure.
Or, I mean, Oaktown is also pretty good.
Yep. So you've got 2 choices. You can do Surveyor, Oaktown Advance, because you've got the hard hitting news in hand. Or you can do Surveyor, Rashida, gain a credit.
So I do want this. I'm going to do Oaktown.
Yeah. So if they come in and get this, right? They're going to have no money. You're going to have the hard hitting news. Imp. Okay. All right. All the tech. Okay. So, all right, we've flooded once more.
So advance. Hard-hitting news?
You want to land the hard-hitting because they're going to steal those 2. I think, again, landing the tags is good, right?
So advance. Hard-hitting news.
I think so.
2, boost 2.
They get to steal 3 agendas though, and take the tags. Okay. Of course, they lost the imp on test run. Okay, that's fine.
I'm going.
So,
I'm
I
going
think
to. I'm going to draw first.
Okay, well, think about it. Have a think. So, what might your turn be? What are you looking to draw?
A piece of ice.
Yeah, but they've got no money, right? So
Well, and also just to make my hand lighter. So if they do run HQ,
sure. Okay.
and then I can advance the Oaktown once and score it.
Sure.
Ugh. I like this better.
So they're going to mash mopers for a while now.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that was the best thing, but it felt good.
Yeah, I think you put the surveyor now out, and then Argus advance. Okay, so they're back with the imp thing. Huh. Okay.
I feel like I want to over advance an Atlas.
Sure,
but
that gets you the high profile target.
I'm going to go with Oaktown again, I think.
Okay.
Because I feel like I need money.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I can score this, then I can just jam the Atlas for the win.
Yep. So they're probably deciding whether to imp it or not. Steal it when they want.
I think you imp. Let's see here. That'll put me at 6.
It's going to cost them 3 to break if you just fire the traces.
But they're going to SMC into nanotech.
Probably. Well, they're kit, right? So they're going to get out their code gate breaker.
Oh yeah, so it's going to cost them 4 for whatever it is, and
probably don't res this at this stage, right?
Nah, just don't give them the money don't give them the ability to install. I guess it's free to install something for them, right? Anglo, okay.
So now they've got a 2-ice server they can get from. Okay, we've got 2 tags. Unfortunately, we don't have a high-profile target. So what's it cost them to do that? So I think you draw, right? Let's draw and see if we get a high-profile target. That's good. Do you install that in the remote, right?
I install Data Raven in the remote.
Install Data Raven in the remote. And install, and then...
Do I go for the Atlas?
I would then put the Atlas in, yeah.
But do I want to get a token on the Atlas?
You do, but I still think the safest place for the Atlas right now is in the remote.
I'm pretty poor still, though.
Yeah, you've got hedge. You could put the Atlas on the remote, play hedge.
They can get through this for...
If you don't put the Raven on the remote, they will just run through. They'll take 6 credits and run the remote. If you put something behind it.
So what are you suggesting I do?
I think I would hedge.
Uh-huh.
I would hedge.
Uh-huh.
And then Raven on the remote.
And that's it?
Yeah. They know this. They're going to clear. There you go. So now you've got a window to score. You can install advance the. Yeah, I think you do that. Install advance.
Make them think it's an NGO.
Yep. There you go. So now you've got an Atlas with 2 tokens.
Which is very good.
Yeah. So actually you can token for Audacity, token for Atlas, and then score. And you win.
Oh, that wins the game.
Yeah.
And they have no SMC or anything, so we go Project Atlas,
Yeah.
Audacity,
Yeah.
Server 1, Advance.
And then, yeah.
That felt pretty good.
Yep. But I think if you don't put the Raven down in front of that, they're going to run through it. Let's do one more. Got one more, just one more.
This is how it always is.
Just one more, just one more. Lisa. Okay, well, I think you can. I don't know whether you keep that.
I like scoring the hostile.
Yeah, they're going to doof you or high profile target HQ, probably.
So we could put Mausolus down.
But more, yeah, but you've got no money.
That's Mulligan.
Yeah, Mulligan. Go on.
This is better.
Much better. Let's go.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just hedge.
Hedge Raven on HQ.
And do I install the Rashida just out there?
Sure.
I mean, it's not like I feel like if they just run, I'm in a good spot.
If they run it, you die.
Yeah.
Right. So they're dead.
Yeah.
All right. You can't do this against Angus. You just can't go down that low. Yeah.
What's this crowdfunding? What does this do again?
They get a credit a turn, and then if they do 3 runs in a turn, it installs. Right. So what do you do here? You
Price sec, hard hitting, price sec, too big to fail.
Price sec on R&D. You don't need too big to fail. I would just price sec on R&D. Gain a credit, hard hitting news.
I don't even need to boost.
No.
Help them out here. See, easy as pie.
Yeah. People are pretty reckless against Argus. It doesn't go well.
You just, I think, need like a couple turns to set up is what it is.
Yeah, and Lisa wants to be aggressive, for sure. So unless... Yeah. I mean, when I played Lisa against Argus, fine. I played Lisa against Argus, and you can luck sack wins, but it's only like 10% victories if you're floating.
I don't even care.
No.
And there we go.
There we go. Go on then. Okay, well, all the wins we got, I think, were kills, right? Oh, no, we've got an Audacity win.
Yeah, we got an Audacity win. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun deck. Like, I think it does feel a little like there's some randomness, I guess you would say. Like,
it's relatively high variance.
Yeah,
right?
variance,
So,
yeah.
I mean, the food deck is probably, if you drop the Surveyor and add food back, then your agenda density can be a bit lower. So you go down to 2 Oaktown, not 3.
Mm-hmm.
Drop an Intimidation, put Archer back in, because Archer's still a good ice, especially now Maxwell's gone away. So that's the alternative build, and that's the original sort of Lobster Modernism deck.
So what was so Josiah Embry was who did really well at Worlds, was on Argus. I wonder what his deck was doing. I don't know if he was on Food or Surveyor. Not exactly sure. I'll have to look that one up because that one obviously did well in that meta, but I'm curious if he was on Food or Surveyor.
Yeah.
I wonder if Surveyor is the right choice because I feel like we never had an opportunity to actually create a monster server.
No, we were pretty aggressive, but then I think we were playing against aggressive runners. So, whether you stabilize on this, I mean, Surveyor's good if you've got cheap ice to go with it. I mean, raising two ice on a remote is pretty punishing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Well, anyways, Russell, thanks so much for hopping on here, and yeah, I just had a good time, and it was just fun to play and learn more about Argus. I'm going to give this a roll, throughout the week and see how it goes. And
Yeah, it's a it's adrenaline filled, right? So, well, A, you finish your games fast, and B, they are pretty adrenaline filled games. It's like can you land the kill and all the rest of it. So
there was literally no grinding, right? It was like just go quick, and that's pretty fun. So if you're looking for a good time, I think Argus is a good way to do it. Well,
sure.
Those of you who are watching, thanks so much for watching, and thanks again, Russell, for coming on and just showing me this deck. I had a good time, and I will see you guys all later. Say bye for us, Russell.
Yeah, stay well.